Hey guys, it's been a fairly standard week for me. I mean, I got some good news. I had a biology test last Friday. I thought it went terribly. Turns out I got the best grade I've had since I started year 12. I got an A star. I'm on the grade boundary. But I need an A at the end of the year. In my final exam, I need to get an A, and I have to pass my practical component, and that's for my university course. So, hopefully, bolstered my hope. I also got my results from maths. I got an A, which is still a really good grade, but I'm usually getting A stars. I just keep making silly little mistakes, and I'm very annoyed with myself. If I'm speaking a little funny, it's because I have a pastil in my mouth. A sort of lozenge thing, because I suffer from really bad and very frequent mouth ulcers. By really bad I mean when I woke up this morning I couldn't smile. Another reason I'm talking with it is because it's inside my top lip. I've only been able to drink using bottles or through straws. It's getting really annoying. I had a glass of water with dinner, and I could just about drink that, and it hurt a lot. I had to cut everything into really tiny pieces. So annoying. I've talked about small things, some very big booky things. I finally read lots of books, read an entire series of 7 books, but they were good books. They were quite short, but it meant that I could start a fantasy book on Monday, Clariel, the prequel to the Old Kingdom series by Garth Nix, and a book that I'd asked my school library, to order for me quite a while before. And that came in last Friday, but I didn't start reading it till Monday morning, and I finished it Thursday morning. Which was kind of good, because I then went to my free, and I checked my emails, and the other 2 books I'd asked for the library to order had come in. It was wonderful. And I went to pick them up. And it's these 2 beautiful books here. They're the 2nd and 3rd books of the Demon Cycle? Demon Cycle. I think it's called Demon Cycle. The only issue is, as you might have seen when I tipped them, they're massive. They're not the largest book I've read. They're not the largest books I'm reading. The Sherlock Holmes one I'm reading is over 900 pages. This one's 750 and this one's 780. The reason they look the same size, this one looks a lot larger despite being 30 pages shorter, is because at the end of this one is an excerpt from this one. So, anyway, they're so good. Yeah. I put these up on Friday, took this out on Thursday. This is what happens when you start reading it on the bus in the evening. I only read it on the bus in the evening. I didn't read it in the evening. I was good. Did my work. Read it on the bus the next day. And then I have 2 frees on a Friday, rather than 1 or none, as I do other days. And the first one I use to help out at the school library. It's why the librarians are amenable to ordering massive books that are 10 quid each. Because I can't afford that. Nope. Anyway, and I finished my work pretty quickly because they don't often have much for me to do, because I help out in a free rather than in break or lunch, because I use my breaks to eat food, so I then attend clubs at lunchtime. So I had 1.5 frees today, and this happened. When I got off the bus this morning, I was on page 132. I also read this on the bus on the way home. Yes, I did. And I'm currently on page 280. Speaking of poetry, I actually took some poetry books out to the library today, but I left them in my school bag, so I'm going to have to now get up and go and get them. There. So, this is one of the prettiest books. It's really, I really like the patterns, I don't know why. It's just really interesting. I love Carol Ann Duffy. I've actually seen her speak. When I did my GCSEs, part of our literature course there was a poetry component and an exam on it, and they offered the opportunity to go to this convention sort of thing. We went down to Reading and we just listened to some of the poets talk, including Carol Ann Duffy. It was really cool. And I like her poems, and I've read a few of the ones in here before. I haven't started reading this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And I also took out Emily Dickinson, Illustrated Poets. It's obviously not all of her poems, it's just a few of them, because she was an insanely prolific writer. And I've only heard a couple of her more famous poems. One about Hope is a Thing with Feathers. I don't know what that's called. Might be called Hope is a Thing with Feathers. Is it in this book? Does this book have... It is called Hope is a Thing with Feathers, and it is in this book. That's good. But that's one of my favourite poems of all time. Ha. Okay. As you might be able to tell from the fact that I keep talking about books, I really love books. I recently did a tally. I'm looking up there because I have the tally stuck to my bookcase, my biggest bookcase. And it's including the ones that are on the classic shelf outside my room, which is a combination of my sister's books, my books, and my mum's books. There are, and I've only included the ones that I own. There are, well, I own, and the ones that my mum did own, but I have now claimed as my own. By did own and have now claimed as my own, I mean my favourite book. Like, when I don't actually really have a favourite book, but if I'm forced to answer, then Cider with Rosie by Laurie Lee. I love that book. It's amazing. I need to reread it. It's not very big. It's actually technically a memoir rather than a fiction story, which is rather odd for me because I love fiction. So much that the majority of my books are fiction. The majority of all 626 of them, including my comics. I am trying to infect you all with my book loving, and I just like to talk about books, and I don't get much of an opportunity to do it because not that many people read the books I do, or at least they read some of them. So I'm just going to talk at whoever is listening and gonna do more book focused things. I'm still gonna vlog, just not as often. Only really when things actually happen. I might occasionally tell stories and things of my week, but it's mostly gonna be all about that book. Slightly outdated pop culture references. Yeah, yeah, so I want to do more book things, and you're gonna get a lot of that. So I hope you like books! Bye!